welcome to the Catch Up. I am Napiera Groves Boykin, catching up a little bit with my cousin. What's up, cousin C-Nell?
What's happening? What's good?
I just got back from my alma mater's homecoming, Howard University. We had a great weekend. We lost to Tennessee State University. We lost our homecoming game, and that was a little disturbing. But we still had it is Howard University, and it didn't matter about the game. It's not about the athletics there. We're all about giving you academics. Yeah, it was live though. It was a lot of partying. How was your weekend?
It was cool, man. It was good. I saw a lot of good games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone in particular that sticks out?
Well, since we bringing it up, you got the Bengals hat on right there, so that AFC North battle was pretty nice. I like that. And then these guys right here, though. Hey.
Dodgers?
Come on now.
I was rooting for the Mets
Back
myself.
in the building. Yeah, it's all good.
Any other time I am rooting for the Dodgers, but the Mets are my secondary team. For all of you that don't know, my cousin and I are from Cincinnati, so we're huge Bengals fans, but we do both live in Los Angeles. However, I also used to live in New York, so I root for the Mets intuitively, secondary after the Reds, and he's totally pulling for the Dodgers, and as it turned out, you got that one. But now, the team I do not root for is the Yankees, so it's all about the Dodgers now.
Come on over.
We're going in on the Dodgers. Yeah, I hope they pull it out. We'll get back to that a little bit. We'll get back to that. Let's talk about that AFC North divisional game.
Man.
That happened somewhere in Cleveland.
That very ugly, nasty, grimy game that went on up there. That was an ugly
pretty.
One.
It wasn't pretty.
It was ugly. But
at one point we were up like 21-3 or something, or 21-6.
I mean, they came back, but it was garbage time. They scored like 1 minute left in the game, scored another touchdown. It didn't matter. We had to win. We had the dub. It was a good game. Unfortunately, though, we did have a major injury to Cleveland's quarterback, Deshaun Watson. Seems like he tore his Achilles or whatever, so he's done for the season, man. He's done. Did you see the interview, though? Jameis Winston? With
Jameis Winston, and I agree with him. Listen, I said this in a social media post earlier, and I mean it. Cleveland fans, I would say stay classy, Cleveland, but it's clear to me they don't know how. They don't know how because I will never forget what they did to LeBron, what they did to that man's jerseys, how they treated him like he was hired help, how they dismissed him, his family, the ownership, everything was garbage. And I won't forget that. And then I was just in Cleveland a couple of weeks ago. I was doing a voter outreach event. And I'm walking around. It's the first game of the playoffs, and with the Guardians and I believe the Yankees. And people are still walking around in Indian jerseys. Do you know how disrespectful that is to the Native American communities of this country? That thing took forever to get changed, and it's very disrespectful, and people are just purposely, spitefully still walking around to a playoff game that is getting a ton of viewership, walking around in Indian jerseys. And then you have a quarterback that you guys were screaming up and down about, that you got, that you were so happy about, that you're so happy about. You mad that he makes money, for one, and I won't talk about how I think socially what that means and what that's all wrapped up in, but you have your quarterback that at the beginning of the season you were rooting for, and that man that laid there crying, and you booed him. You are garbage. You don't deserve a professional team, and you certainly don't deserve a championship. And that's just my opinion.
It was deep. Yeah, man.
Yeah. And everybody talked about Aaron
too,
Rodgers last year and Ben Roethlisberger back in the day, when those guys got hurt, and they have been proven to be some pretty vile men, everybody was just up in arms and so saddened for these people and their career. And this man has not been, he's been putting his body in jeopardy, like Jameis Winston said, and I think he said so well. And you booed him? I won't say it's racist, but it feels a little racist. Anyway, and that's what I'll say about that. So, it's my podcast. I can say what I want to say. Yeah, I mean, how do you think Jameis is going to do?
I think Jameis is going to be fine. I think he's going to be fine. Jameis is a gunslinger, man. That dude is a gunslinger. He going to push the ball down the field. You know what I'm saying? That's what they need. That's honestly what they need. Listen, if Jameis Winston would have been in that game instead of Deshaun Watson,
would have been a problem.
Man. It might have been a different situation. You know what I'm saying?
I'll say this. I thought it's clear and evident that the Bengals can't stop a run.
They've gotten better, though. I'll say that.
Who do you think is the main reason or catalyst for the improvement?
I'd definitely say B.J. Hill. That dude, when he got back, it changed. Like, he's getting pressures. He's getting in the face. He's tipping ball. Like, he's definitely a disruptor out there, man. He's a big reason why they're playing like they're playing right now. He's a big reason why the defense is much better than it was a few weeks ago. Absolutely.
It's definitely improved. I want to see a little bit more improvement. And then, you know what else I want to see? A little creativity.
What, the offense? The offense.
It's so
the
stagnant.
Offense seems like, but it wasn't like that like a few weeks ago.
It's a coaching issue. You're going to mark my word.
Yeah, you could argue.
You're going to be talking to me about it in about, we're almost midway through. So I would say probably about a few more games. You're going to be so frustrated that you're going to, I've been talking about this for weeks.
I'm already frustrated. That Ravens game was a complete blown, like, the scheme was terrible. Like, they gave that game away. Like, it was absolutely on coaching. They should have won that game, the Ravens. Yeah.
And Zach Taylor got out-coached.
Zach Taylor, I don't think he knows how to scheme in certain situations. He lacks, in certain situations, he can't scheme like a tight game. You know what I'm saying? Like, he'll do good certain things up and down the field, but when it's like crunch time in certain situations where you like, all right, man, we got to get this, or we got to do, like, he just, I don't know.
Yes.
His
we
scheme
need
is just off.
the third down. We need to
the
get
third
down the
down's
field.
got to be better. Third down's got to be much better.
We need a third down.
Horrible.
We need to push it in. We got to get it in there. We got to get it in the red zone. We got to, like, he can't get creative enough in situations where where I feel like the offense will get you down there. He can't figure out how to finish the job unless it's super traditional.
Yeah.
It's just the same traditional, snap, cut
it's
back,
like really
kick it to
extremely vanilla.
to the
like
right
just
tight end or
plain, regular offense, just straight up the gut running. It's like, come on, man.
Come on. They see that coming. These are professional NFL athletes. Like,
look, if I could see it, you're not going to tell me they can't see it.
Thank you. It's very, very, very frustrating to watch. And we've been watching it now for quite a few years. Now, when he was a rookie coach, and then like maybe that next year after, whatever, but even when we were in the Super Bowl, it's like, come on, man. Like, get creative. And he just won't. He won't. I think we got who we got with Zach Taylor, and now the Bengals have to ask their question of, who else are you ready to get? I don't have a problem with Zach. Like, I think he's cool. He doesn't seem like that dude. Can we go get Belichick?
Nah, man, nah. Belichick's, nah. I think it's just a scheme, man. I think he needs to let his coordinators coordinate. Like, stop.
Who else can we get? I just want to pose that question to you.
As a coach? Mm-hmm. I mean,
what's that big boy that was out of Tennessee? Vrabel?
Nah, man.
No? You wouldn't take Vrabel over Zach Taylor?
Nah, man.
Oh, you violent. Okay. All right.
You think Vrabel over Zach Taylor?
Yeah, I think Vrabel at least was willing to get creative. All right, cool. So, what else did you see?
I know you looking for that team that's that dominant team, that's that scary team. And you could argue Detroit. But, man, something about the Steelers right now, man.
I know.
The Steelers, man. And it's crazy because I didn't think, I thought it was a bad decision to put Russ in, especially when you winning. You winning.
I told you they should. Didn't I tell you they need to put Russ in?
No, but it don't even matter though. They still winning. Like,
what I'm
saying? Like, but now you got options.
Russ can get it down the field. Justin is he gonna keep handing it off, and he's gonna run a little bit himself. And I'm not saying his arm isn't there, but
they
Russ,
winning though.
But they winning.
They
but
winning.
If you want to have
Either
diversity in your, but look, this is what we're talking about. If you want to have some diversity and creativity in your offense, you also want to make sure you can get it down the field with a 30-yarder. And Russ, you said the arm was cooked. I just brought this up. You said the arm was cooked.
His arm
is not.
cooked.
It's not. He was throwing 30-yarders yesterday.
He can throw a rainbow, but it's cooked. That he's not gunning it like he used to.
It's not.
No, he's not gunning it like he used to. Russ isn't gunning like he
they had some really nice passes yesterday. After that first quarter.
Yeah, he get a few floaters out there.
And it was good to see. And that's why I said I'm not giving up on Russ. I think Russ is still a starting NFL quarterback.
Till he get hit. You get that hit on him, and he turn into an old man. He gonna be singing. Yo,
that's Tua.
Yeah. No.
That's Tua.
Don't talk about Tua.
Yeah, that's what you gotta worry about getting hit.
Don't talk about Tua, man. That's my guy, man. I like Tua, man.
I like Tua too, but
I like Tua, man.
Nobody looks more distressed when they get hit. It's pretty awful. So anyway, the Pittsburgh looks a little scary.
That might be the problem team right there.
But that whole NFC North, with the exception of the Bears, they're not as scary, but they're not bad either. The whole NFC North, Lions, Green Bay.
Green Bay pulled a good one off yesterday. That was a really close game. They pulled that was a close one.
That was a really close one, and they won in grit style. They're the NFC. Who would have known?
It's probably the best division in football right now. NFC North.
Who would have thought? No.
Kansas City is still undefeated. And Patrick Mahomes is playing like garbage. Like, he is garbage time. He is garbage time.
He starts playing better. God forbid he starts playing better. They're going to laugh at people. I still don't see nobody. I don't see it.
I do.
Who you see that's going to hurt their feelings?
It's always been the Bengals, man. It's always been the Bengals. They only beat us because of that penalty.
Right now, we're not in the playoffs. We're not in the playoffs.
Right now, but one game at a time, man. One game at a time.
I agree.
Let
one
them
game
work
at a
through
time.
what they working through. Yeah, let them work.
I agree. One game at a time. Speaking of games this weekend, I probably watched one of the best basketball games. I was on the plane last night. I watched one of the best basketball games I've seen. Playoffs, period. One of the best series I've seen. And that is the New York Liberty with the Minnesota Lynx. And they were just, back and forth.
It went overtime, right?
Yeah, but the series was great. Remember I told you I watched that first game? That first game was crazy. And then to watch on the plane last night, New York lost that game.
Yeah, that was a bad call too at the end. Yeah.
They were down by 16 at one point. Then they came back, and then just to get into overtime, Breanna Stewart hit that 2-pointer, but she was missing shots left and right, and Sabrina Ionescu was missing shots left and right. They were not good. It was not good to watch, and then that call was not. That call was questionable.
Yeah, that was bad. That's a bad call. That was all ball, man.
It was clean.
Yeah, that was all ball. That was all
I ain't
ball.
gonna lie.
Yeah, man.
But they got there. They got back. They got their first chip. I don't care. I'm proud of them.
Yeah.
I'm super hyped. Super hyped.
I didn't know that was their first chip, though. That was crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't
And it's
know
one
that.
of the original WNBA teams.
Yeah, one of the original teams. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. And never had a chip. And it's New York. It's the largest market in the world.
So you got the Yankees in the World Series, and then the Liberty just won the chip. Oh,
and
man.
the Mets were in the National League Championship.
Man, wow.
And the Knicks are balling. I'm just saying. And the Knicks are balling.
Still preseason,
it's a good
though.
time to be in New York. Huh?
Still preseason, though.
I'm just saying. They've been balling. They look good. They look good. They look real good. They look good.
All right. We'll see what they do.
Shout out to the New York Liberty. Yeah, I was on the plane yelling like, yeah. I think the game is going to be, I think it got so much more attention and recognition. And I'm hoping the game just grows. I like watching women's basketball with my boys and my daughter. And it's a good thing to watch, good thing to see, good for sports. You said you saw a movie.
Oh, yes, I did.
Okay, what movie did you see?
Oh, man. I saw Deadpool and Wolverine. However you...
What'd you think? Rasan watched it this weekend, too.
Oh,
My
man.
husband. What'd you watch? What'd you think?
I was a little disappointed.
So
thought it was
was
going to be
he.
better. Yeah, it wasn't as great as I thought it was going to be. It was kind of...
Yeah, why?
It just... I don't know. It seems like with these movies now, man, they're taking away all the tension from it. Like, there's no weight to what they do anymore. Like, everything's just a joke. Everything's a joke. They're laughing. It's like, okay, so how we supposed to feel something for the hero if he don't even take it serious? You know what I'm saying? So a lot of these comic book movies are like leaning towards that, and I saw that happening years ago, but now they just kind of full gone in the comedy, and it's like, all right, man.
Yeah, you don't like
man,
the fun comedy stuff.
I do. It's just it doesn't have to be the whole movie, man. Like, you know, you can insert fun and comedy in the movies however you want, but like when the whole thing, when there's this danger, but yet nobody's taking it serious and they just all joking about it and laughing, it's like, why am I taking it serious? Like, why am I into it? Like, why am I watching this? I want to see how they get out of this.
Invested?
They just yeah, exactly. Why am I invested if it's all just fun and games? Like, what am I watching?
All right. We're going into, it's October, first of all. Can we just pledge allegiance to the month of October if you're a sports fan?
The greatest month in the year. Just the greatest month in the year, period. I mean,
if you're a sports fan, it's
everything.
Football.
Basketball.
Beginning of basketball.
Baseball.
Ending
everything.
up World Series.
What?
Ending women's basketball. It is all the things.
Yes.
So excited.
Yes.
We're going into October. It is World Series. We have Yankees and the Dodgers.
Come on now.
Do I have to even ask who you're rooting for?
I don't think you do, but if you want to, go for it.
Hey. I'm rooting for the Dodgers too. I hope the Dodgers take it. I think there's just looking forward into the series. I think the Dodgers have the edge. I think the Dodgers have more hitting power. Obviously, their offense is crazy. Remember I said I didn't think they could keep up this offense? I was wrong.
Yeah.
I was wrong.
Yeah.
I ain't never seen. I don't think I've ever seen anything like it. They're scoring like on average 8 points a game. It's crazy.
Right.
It's crazy.
It's wild, man.
Yeah. And you got folks coming up off the bench hitting homers. It's like crazy.
Right.
It's crazy.
It wasn't a stat out there about like each team is like leading in like home runs for their conference or something like that. It was some
both.
crazy stat. Like, yo.
I mean, we're getting the two best teams out of each conference. I think you could say that, honestly. We're getting probably the best team in the National League, the best team in the American League, and then you have the two top markets in the country. It's like, and two of the oldest, most storied franchises, you know, with the Dodgers being formerly Brooklyn and the Yankees.
That's right. They were from New York originally, right?
Yeah, Brooklyn Dodgers.
It was the Brooklyn Dodgers.
Yeah. And you got, you know,
right.
Yanks and the Bronx Bombers, and I can't remember the last time we've had two powerhouses like this, kind of like at the top of their game, like no surprises. They're like top of their game. They're supposed to be there, and they're about to go at it. It's exciting. It's exciting, and I think we start off here. I think Dodgers have home field advantage. Yep, here in LA.
Oh, it's about to be.
Let's try to go to the game
out here.
We going to the game?
Be crazy. You trying to go?
Go to the game? I'm trying to go.
It's gonna be wild out there in Dodger land. Woo, hey, it's gonna be wild.
It's probably sold out already. It's probably sold out.
For real.
But you know what else?
Seriously.
It's gonna be crazy. But remember, we get a parade this time, probably.
You're right, because last time it was COVID. It was 2020.
It's COVID, and the Lakers and the Dodgers did not get a parade. So even if we don't get to a game, we're gonna be at the parade, right?
Yeah, we can definitely do the parade. I'm down.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's see. Let's get there. Let's win first. Let's win game one. I feel like there's a long stretch right now until we get to game one. It's not until like Friday or something, which is like terrible, sucky.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so are we both taking the Dodgers?
I'm definitely taking the Dodgers. I don't know who you taking, but I'm taking the Dodgers.
Taking the Dodgers. I ain't rooting for no Yankees. I just got done rooting for the Mets. There's no way I'm rooting for the Yankees.
Come on, man.
Yeah. Let's root for the Dodgers. Not to mention I used to live in Brooklyn, so it's all about the Dodgers. Shall we talk some picks for next week? Ravens play Buccaneers. Tonight on Monday Night Football, I'm taking Ravens all day. What you got?
I'm taking Bucks. I'm going Bucks. I'm going Bucks.
Okay.
I don't think that Ravens defense is as scary as everybody claim it is. We put up a whole bunch of points on them. The Commanders put up like 28 points on them. Like, if you could score, you could put up points on this team. I'm going Bucks. Even though the Ravens might win it, but I'm still going Bucks. What about the Chargers in Arizona?
Chargers in Arizona, I am taking. It'll probably be the Chargers, but I'm going to go for Arizona.
Yeah, I'm going to Chargers.
Ravens and the Browns. Definitely Ravens. I don't think the Browns have a chance.
I say the Browns bounce back against the Ravens.
All right, let's
that would be
high hopes
hilarious.
And high prayers. Giants and Steelers. Giants and Steelers. I'm gonna root for the Giants on that one. Although I think the Steelers have an easy win there.
Steelers definitely.
All right, I'm gonna root for the Giants on that one for sure. Although I think the Steelers are gonna win. And then we have an interesting game tomorrow. Next week. We play Philly.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that game?
Yeah, I'm definitely. We got that one. I think we can win that one. That one is a winnable game. Winnable game.
Winnable.
Definitely winnable game.
Do you think our defense can stop Saquon Barkley?
Yes. If we could stop Derrick Henry, we could stop Saquon. Yeah.
No.
You just never have any faith in our defense, man.
I think we're going to win. I think we can win that game, but I also think if there's one thing that we won't be able to do against them is stop Saquon, because I think Saquon is just going to run it and get creative and just keep running it in. And if they're smart, they would stick with him. But
we've been selling out to the run all these last few games. Like every game we go into, obviously they're going to run on us because earlier in the year we couldn't stop the run. So yeah, they don't believe us until we show it to them. And so yeah, I think we can show it to them. I think we've been showing it to teams so far. These last few games we've proved it. But if they want to play that measure, go ahead, let them run, because it ain't been working for these last two games for nobody. So I'm with it. Let Jalen Hurts win the game with his arm. I'm with that. I'll take my chances. Okay. Let Cam Taylor, Britt, and them guys eat. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I think our offense will eat, and I think they'll have a strong game, and I'm excited for that game because again, we don't play Philly often. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us with the catch up. We'll see you next week when we do some more catching up. Please subscribe and like if you're rolling with us. And until next week, Who Dey, baby. Who Dey. Whoop.